Morning, everybody. Welcome to the Inside Edge. It is Friday, May 30th, and let's talk about where the race for the Democratic nomination for governor stands right now. Over 180,000 Democrats have already returned their vote by mail ballots. That's about 35% of all ballots sent out by county clerks. In-person early voting begins on Tuesday, June 3rd. Election day, or maybe a more appropriate way to describe it, the last day of the voting period is on Tuesday, June 10th. Most of the information so far has been centered around internal polls. They're still coming in, but the New Jersey Globe is no longer going to report them. The closer we get to election day, the more I become concerned that a public display of internal numbers might unduly impact the race. And, lessons learned from 4 years ago affect all of us. But just because we're not reporting these internals, it doesn't mean that we're not monitoring them. And Steve Fulop, Raz Baraka, Josh Gottheimer all have internal polls that are pointing to, for various levels, a potentially close race. Maybe they're right and maybe they're not. But one thing to make clear is there hasn't been a single poll, public or private, that hasn't shown Mikey Sherrill in first place. That means something, but it doesn't necessarily mean everything. And within the next week, we'll have some real data to look at. We'll all debate what those numbers mean, but after a few days of early voting, we'll have something to review. I'm going to be looking at early turnout in Democratic organization strongholds, just to get a gauge on how party leaders are looking in a new world order that no longer includes county lines and preferential ballot positions. We're going to see if there are any signs, any evidence that the grassroots organization Steve Fulop has built from the bottom up, whether they can deliver votes, and whether his message, which is a little different than the rest of the field, whether that message resonates. We're going to see some early signs of whether Black voters are participating in the primary. The decline in Black turnout in recent years has been clear. Raz Baraka can't win without his base showing up. That's an understatement, I guess. So we'll have to have some idea whether he's built a ground game that can deliver. And we'll see if Josh Gottheimer's base turns out. Never underestimate the VOD. Whether money on TV ads still matter as much, and whether the issue of affordability is something that resonates among Democratic primary voters. This race isn't over yet, and I don't have to tell you what you already know, which is at this point in the game, you keep your foot on the gas and you don't let up. That is everything for this week. Have a great weekend, and I'll be back on Monday.